drop that shit for these fuck niggas.
What is up, everybody? I am back in Knoxville this week for a couple of days to do some prep work on the material that's here before we make the big move over to Nashville. And we also have some big news coming up about that move to Nashville, but for right now we got to keep it on the DL because it's a little bit of a secret, but I guarantee you that you're going to be very excited when I show you what's happening over there, but that's for a future vlog. Right now though, I've got a few days here to prep some of the material, get everything back in check, making sure that everything's up to date and moving in the right direction, and then next week I go back on the road. I'll be in Houston for a few days, then I go to Cleveland, North Carolina, several other places, so it's going to be a very busy month. Then in October we're going to be flying to Europe again, so I'm going to take you guys along for all of those trips. Right now though, I want to show you what we're working on here in Knoxville. So one of the main things that I'm working on at this time of year here in Knoxville is prepping material for an upcoming advanced online course that I'm doing with Bonsai Empire. Most of you know that I've done a beginner's course and an intermediate course with Bonsai Empire, and we've had a lot of requests from people all around the world to do an advanced course. So we're going to be bringing that to you guys next year. But in order to make that advanced course, we really have to start preparing the material right now. One of the trees that's going to be featured in that advanced course is this giant Rocky Mountain juniper right here. I'm going to be doing a total restyling of this tree. This is still a raw piece of Yamadori. We're going to be taking this tree from raw tree to finished bonsai. As part of that advanced course, we're going to go through every step of the process in terms of heavy bending, detail wiring, preparing the dead wood, changing the angle, making decisions about design. We're going to bring all of that to you in the advanced course that's going to be coming out next year. So keep an eye out for that. I'll be making more announcements about that in future vlogs as well. But as you can see, it's going to feature some pretty sweet material. In that same advanced course, we're going to be talking about deciduous trees as well, which is where my passion lies. It's something that we really focused a lot on at Kouka-en Nursery, where I did my 6-year apprenticeship and worked for 3 years as a professional in Japan. So we're going to be talking a lot about maples, both trident maples and Japanese maples, how to develop those long term. So the category of deciduous trees, it's a very difficult thing to teach, learn, and then be able to create. Mainly because it takes 10, 20, 30, 40 years to produce something of any substance. But in the advanced course, we're going to talk about those topics, thinking in the long run, hopefully shifting people's mindsets about how to approach bonsai and focusing on deciduous trees to create high quality material, not only with Japanese material, but also with our native US material. And perhaps we'll get into some discussions about European material and material from other parts of the world as well. So be on the lookout for that too. So you guys, of course, who watched the vlog have seen this giant juniper featured in actually a couple of the past vlogs. We did some grafting on it earlier in the summer, and I did an update video on it just a few episodes back. This tree, we're going to get into much more detail on the whole process of approach grafting in the advanced course. So I'm going to take you through the steps of preparing the scions, preparing the tree itself, the tools necessary to do approach grafting, and then the follow-up practices to make sure that you have successful approach grafts take on a juniper like this. We're also going to be talking about scion grafting with junipers, scion grafting with pines, and many other types of grafting as well with different species. So if you're looking to change the foliage type on your tree and make a better bonsai, this tutorial is going to be right for you. So be on the lookout for that as well. So not everything we do in bonsai is spectacular big changes and massive before and afters. Some of the stuff we have to do is basic maintenance, and it seems quite boring, but it's actually, for me, a lot of fun. It's a chance to step away from having to do a lot of wiring to actually getting to appreciate the features and the details of the trees. So one thing that we have to do on a yearly basis is clean the moss off the base of a lot of our deciduous trees. So this tree right here is a kuchinashi, or a gardenia. As you can see, it's got a really nice base to it, but that's completely covered by moss. So I've wetted the tree down. I'm going to be using a toothbrush and just clean that off of there to expose the nice wide nabari, and also to expose that nice whitish color of the bark. Again, for me, this is sort of a meditative thing. It's nice to step away and just enjoy the features of the trees. See, much better. Now you can see the nice nabari. You can see that it takes up nearly the entire pot, and it's very powerful for such a small tree. This fits well into the shohin category. It's probably only about, I don't know, 16, 17 centimeters tall from the top of the pot to the top of the tree. So perfect shohin size. got one last project here in Knoxville before I have to head back to Nashville later this afternoon, and that is this Hinoki Cypress behind me here. This tree I actually did as a demonstration tree for the Memphis Bonsai Society, I don't know, maybe 3-4 years ago, and I liked the tree so much after I got done with it that I asked the club if I could buy it from them. So they obliged me, I brought it back to Knoxville, been developing it ever since. This particular tree is one of those that right now it's still quite young, but it's got a lot of features to it that are very elegant, and my plan is to hold on to this tree for a very long time, develop it, and hopefully create something that has a very classic, elegant, Bunjin-esque feel to it. So Hinoki Cypress is one of my favorite species to work with, and the characteristics of this tree are quite interesting, so I'm gonna hold on to this one, but I'll let you guys see what you think when I get done with it.